Hello, my name is 𝗬𝗂𝗂𝗁𝗂. I'm part of the curatorial staff here at the Inquisitor's Palace, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite artifacts as part of the political collection. As a student of Maltese politics, I have understood that politics in Malta has been a mirror of on society throughout most of the 19th and the 20th century, and none other artifact speaks clearly what that was as much as this picture. You have multiple characters here mixing and mingling in one photograph by none other than Richard Ellis. Now, some of these characters were important in Malta's constitutional progress. You have here in the middle the Prince of Wales, the future King Edward VIII. At the far end there, the first Prime Minister, 𝗂𝗃𝗍𝗂𝗁, as well as the brother of the King, George, Prince George. And at the back, over here, is Lord Louis Mountbatten, a man that returned to Malta in the 50s. So, what is this picture exactly representing? It's representing the first meeting in the 1921 Constitution. And it was the first ever time where the Maltese government was actually set up to rule its own people. Apart from its historical importance, this photograph also has a very important aesthetic value. As you can see there at the corner is the signature of Richard Ellis. Now, Richard Ellis is a well-known photographer, mostly in the 19th and the 20th century, and he was responsible for keeping alive a lot of Maltese vistas and moments like this of our history, as his photographs are till this day used as a very important reference. As a photographer goes, he was one, not of the few, but quite many that set up shop here in Malta, both in the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗁 area and in 𝗏𝗏𝗁. So as you can see, as well as historical value, this photo has its inherent value as in aesthetics as well. As part of the ethnography section, we also have a large political collection. Now, this political collection mostly comes from a museum that used to exist here in 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃. Now, apart from portraits and pictures like this one, we also have this desk here, which Prime Ministers a long time have used to do their job. As mentioned prior, this photograph is commemorating the 1921 Constitution. Basically, with these state papers, the Maltese government was split into two sections, the Legislative Assembly and the Senate. And these both had powers to change things on a local basis. Basically, all foreign affairs were still left up to the Crown in England. As with many historical items, context is very important. The years preceding 1921 saw Malta go through a global conflict which left people on the brink of starvation due to the high inflation after World War I. This inflation culminated in the 1919 bread riots, which happened in 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗃. Now, these riots were very important into leading to the granting of this constitution. Now, as people were running through the streets, some others were thinking of Woodrow Wilson's words, that each and every country, each and every state should have a self-deterministic approach. It is important also to mention that 1921 was not the last struggle. In fact, a decade later, this constitution would be again revoked, and come World War II, the island would be put again under martial law. It would only be the constitution which brought us our independence that will bring back this type of liberty in government.